Hello, everyone. I am Jackie Baker with Spark Events. I'm the founder and CEO of a company that's been around for about 10 years, specializing in event planning. Today, I'm here to talk to you about something that I think a lot of business owners need to think about. We all start out, or not all, I started out as a solopreneur, right? I wanted to stop being in the corporate world, but I wanted to work with the corporate world. I wanted to be my own boss. So we start out solo and you take on all the projects you can possibly take on till you hit capacity, which is something I talked about in another video. But then you need to think about growing a team. Events are very cyclical and seasonal. And so you don't always need to have a full-time team on board or employees unless you feel you're ready to take that on. And it's a lot of responsibility to make sure that you meet their payroll and their needs and keep them happy and engaged. And, then that brings a great outcome to your clients. For me, the best thing to do when I was first starting out is find a group of folks that I could contract with as a 1099 who had some event experience. Maybe they wanted to do it on the side. Maybe they were in between jobs and had some downtime, or they had their own company and are willing to work with other solopreneurs in creating their dreams. So I did that for probably about 5 years, or even more, actually. If it's been 10 years, maybe more than that, it might be 7 years. So I was doing that and it totally worked. They came in when they needed it. And then when we didn't have a project going or it was a slow time of year, I didn't have to worry about paying someone. So that works for a while. And then you get to the point where your contractors are now working on other gigs and then you don't have anyone that you can bring in, or you're short staffed, or you get a little stressed out about like, oh, who can I assign this to? Maybe I need to do it myself. And that's where you need to design a team that's going to work for your business. I'll tell you a little bit about how I decided to do that. I was on my own for a very long time, like I said before, and then decided to contract with people. So now I really dipped my toe in slowly and thought about the type of clients that we're working on. I really thought about the types of clients I work with and want to work with in the future, how complex my events and my projects are currently, and could I get more complex and big and elaborate if I just had more help. I had to think about how to build a team that was going to work for the way that I saw this company growing in the future, a place that they wanted to be a part of. And I started with a couple part-time people. Well, I started with one part-time person. The whole thought of bringing in someone part-time was so mind-blowing to me that I actually had someone specifically dedicated to Spark Events to talk about what we're working on, delegate things to, help it organize, brainstorm. And it was the perfect solution because she wasn't really looking to work full-time. And this was like a great outlet for her. Always wanted to get into events, had basically done events, but not professionally. So had some experience, not a ton, and it just really worked well as a collaboration and with, honestly, the bottom line, right? Because we always have to think about the P&L at the end of the day. So we started there. And then I looked at, okay, where is there a gap now? What are the things that I like to do? What are the things I'm good at, but I really kind of am overdoing? I've done it for so long, I'm just not as interested. And so then I was like, okay, where is that next gap? And I found another part-time person. And it just, again, worked out this way and hours were totally flexible. And then I started to learn how to delegate. And then that happened. And then another person came in. So now we have a team of, 6, I would say. What's amazing about this arrangement, and your decisions will be totally different than mine, of course. It gives me a lot of flexibility to propose on events that used to be just way too big or had elements that I didn't have, like specific talent to fulfill different components. Now I can go in and send out proposals feeling very confident that we have the talent in-house to be able to deliver. And if we don't have the talent in-house, that we can source it through our network of other event planners and professionals to meet those needs. So you hear the saying that there's no I in team. Well, that is for sure. And now that we work together, what we can create is so much more dramatic. I am completely impressed with what each person uniquely brings to the table, but we all are respectful and want to learn from each other with all those specific talents that we have. It was important to me to create an environment of collaboration, creativity, respect, and fun. And so that is the way that I structured my team. I wanted to be a part of the team. I created the team that I wanted to be a part of and lead, and it's just been an amazing thing. It's not something necessarily that you want to jump into immediately unless you really feel like you can support it financially as a business. It's really something you need to think about. because you need to support this through the business. So you need to have enough work coming in. Ideally, don't have big downtimes where people don't have anything to do. Always be trying to improve processes, give them opportunities to train. So having a team is a really big investment and not one that you want to take lightly. So when I talk about team as well, we have people we bring in who are contractors, but my use of the word team really is about having an employee base, being W-2 employees. And with that, in addition to complying with all your state laws and restrictions and things that help protect employees, such as sick time off, tax withholding, payroll taxes, all of those types of things, you just need to make sure that when you put your team together, you're thinking about it for the long run. The worst is to bring some people on and then something that doesn't work out and you have to let them go, or they have to find a side hustle so they could stay working with you. And we really don't want to have that be a pressure that they have or one that I have either. I wish you the very best in creating whatever team is going to work for you and help you succeed. So if that's just you and some contractors, if it's you and a bunch of employees, a combination of any and all of the above, throwing your kids in there into the mix, whether you have a spouse or a partner or some other friends who want to collaborate with you, there's no wrong answer. If you like what you saw, please like and consider subscribing to my channel. I'd love to hear about how you created a team and made that something successful for you, or perhaps some challenges you've had. Please leave your comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.